study,
and play come together on a Windows 11 PC.
And for a limited time, college students get
the best of both worlds.
Get the Unreal College Deal. Everything you need to study and play with select Windows 11 PCs. Eligible students get a year of Microsoft 365 Premium and a year of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate with a custom color Xbox wireless controller. Learn more at windows.com/student offer. While supplies last. Ends June 30th. Terms at aka.ms/collegepc.
This episode is brought to you by Prime. What if you had one more chance with the one that got away?
Sam, you came home.
Based on the best-selling novel from Carly Fortune. Every Year After follows childhood friends Sam and Percy as they reunite in the dreamy, nostalgic lakeside town of Barry's Bay.
Love can be hard to find. So if you're lucky enough to find that person, never let go.
A second chance at first love. Every Year After. Streaming June 10th, only on Prime.
Where is Daredevil? I'm right here.
Don't miss the return of Marvel Television's Daredevil Born Again.
So what's next?
I feel liberated.
We're gonna take this city back.
Over-medicated.
In an all-new season, now streaming only on Disney+.
They're hunting us. It's time we started hunting them.
I can work with that.
This should be tons of fun.
Marvel Television's Daredevil Born Again, now streaming only on Disney+.
I'm TJ Lau from the Georgia Thunderbolts, and you're listening to Jay Scott on the Hook Radio Show.
You got your green room, you got your Pabst Blue, you got your nails painted black to hide the dirty truth. You got your chains on, you got your game on, but you've forgotten the stage that you've been playing on. Someday you'll see your name in lights, and I'll be first in line. Come on, come on. I think you're ready. I think you're ready for. I think you're ready for the big time now. I think you're ready. I think you're ready for. I think you're ready for the big time now. Well, I can see that you don't know how to be, and I can tell that you don't know who you are. Well,
Hey, what's going on, everyone? What's happening? Happy 4th of July. We are recording this on 4th of July weekend. It is our annual, well, these are more quarterly, but it leads up to our annual episode at the end of the year. It's our quarterly album review, taking albums from April, May, and June, as we do every 3 months with my friend Chris Corradetti. I am really excited about it. I always like talking new albums and what's been coming out, especially the new bands that are producing new music or the newer bands. So we're going to get to it. Once again, we are part of the Pantheon Podcast Network, a great network of music-related podcasts. I like to always mention my friends like Martin Popoff, the rock historian, Mistress Carrie out in Boston. She's an absolute legend. I got to have her back on. It's been almost a year. Maybe it's been over a year. I don't know. But she's always great to talk to. Mac on the Ugly American Werewolf in London podcast. Aaron and Chris on Decibel Geek. And Ron and Esty, Carmen Apiece, and Vinny Appice on the Hangin' and Bangin'. And my friends, Tom and Zeus on the Shout Out Loudcast, the #1 rated Kiss podcast. They just released their first episode in like 3 weeks. As it's been posted, Tom lost his wife a few weeks ago, and glad to see them back. Glad to see them acting like idiots again and talking Kiss, having fun, and my best to Tom and his son, and good to see them back at it. And like I said, making me laugh and acting like fools. We are everywhere. We are on every podcast platform. So don't forget to follow us wherever you do podcasts. Set your app to automatic download so you get the latest and greatest episode. We're on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, wherever. Thank you all for a great month of June, our second best month ever. We just killed it with episodes and great interaction with fans. We got lots in store for July, too, as well. So be on the lookout for all that good stuff. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram Facebook and Twitter as well. Write us a review whenever you listen. Tell us what you like. Tell us what we're doing. We always do appreciate it. And we're back. We're back again doing this. Like I said, my friend Chris Cordetti is joining us on our quarterly album review. This is one of probably our most popular series because we really break down by quarter and then it leads up to our end of the year episode. It has really become something that's really grown in its popularity. It's one of our most listened to episodes whenever we drop this stuff because no one does this. No one breaks down by quarter album reviews, really gets in depth, really has other people join in and submit their lists as we'll get to. And it's really for the music fan to, one, expose new bands to them and really talk about music that isn't talked about in the major publications like Ultimate Classic Rock Magazine, who kind of tend to go towards the legacy artists. We kind of talk about what's happening in the underbelly of rock and roll, and that is the newer bands, and give them just as much notice and just as much exposure as some of these legacy artists do. So we're going to get into it. What's happening, Chris? How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm just going to delete this legacy artist off of my list now.
Well, I mean, we do have from time to time
absolutely,
a legacy artist make our list, but the majority is really the newer bands and the bands that are struggling to get noticed, because there's a lot of great music out there. There's a lot of great new bands, and we just like to promote it. We like to, get people to listen to this stuff and get, these new bands are really doing the grind. They really are. And, kudos to them because they have such a love for music, and we like to showcase it. So that's what we like to do.
Yeah. So note to self, don't put Scorpions on year-end list. All right. All right. So before we start, hey, congratulations. 3 years. I mean, you started out as Little J and now you're like Big J, Hook Rocks, 3 years. Well done, my friend.
Yeah. Thank you very much. It's been a lot of fun. I didn't even know I would be doing it for this long. It kind of just started out as a small little hobby. Didn't know really where it was going to go. But I'm really happy that it's really become a place, especially more so than anything else. It's become a place for new bands to introduce themselves to an audience that maybe they're not getting to, or maybe they're trying to find listeners and people and promote their music. That's what I'm most happiest about, is allowing that space for them to do that, or having that space for them to do that. So it means a lot. It means a lot when bands are sending me messages to come on the show. Management, publicists are trying to get their bands on the show, because it really has become a place. And when I meet bands after shows and they say, man, you got the best podcast. Thank you very much for doing all the stuff for new bands. It means everything to me when I hear that. So it's a great feeling.
That's awesome.
So thank you very much for those kind words, and thank you for all the support. Anyone listening, thank you for the support too as well. When we have great interaction, whether it's on social media or emails I get, it really is an enjoyable thing. And I really, when you think of it, it really was the pandemic that really kind of gave us a foothold here, because I was doing shows every day for like 2 months, 3 months or something like that, 5 days a week, not every day, 5 days a week. And I think that kind of really solidified, me continuing to do this. And it's been a lot of fun.
Well, then stop your yapping and tell me what your number 10 is.
Oh, jeez. It went from compliment to just...
Congratulations. Now shut up.
Yeah, it's absolute rudeness in a matter of seconds. I'm drinking this refresher from a coffee place. I don't want to, give anyone, Starbucks, but it's like a mango passion fruit refresher, and it is pretty refreshing, I have to say. So, first time I ever tried something like that. All right, let's get into the list here. My number 10. It's an EP. It's it's by a Canadian band that's going to release 3 EPs, I believe, as a kind of like a volume 1, volume 2. Third one should probably be volume 3, I would imagine. But I had Ian Thornley on a few months ago. I want to have him on again. I think they're doing just a run of EPs this year, or late part of last year into this year. So one of my favorite bands, if you have a chance to ever see this band live, the band is Big Wreck. They are absolutely fantastic. Just Ian Thornley is a multi-talented artist, great songwriter, great guitar player. The EP is 7.2, which is the follow-up to their 2021 EP 7.1. Great EP. Would probably be higher up on my list if it was a full-length album, but nonetheless, it's pretty damn good. I like the song Better Off, and I like Spit It Out, as well as The House. Those are my 3 highlights on the 5-song EP. But just another fantastic release by a great, great Canadian band, Big Wreck.
It's a good pick. I'm sure that will show up on somebody's list from Canada.
Yes.
That's a good pick. And I agree with you. If it had more songs on it, it definitely could have been one of those considerations. And I'm looking forward to the third one, because maybe when we get 7.1, 7.2, and 7.3, then we can get a CD. Maybe they'll kick it out, a physical copy. But that's a good pick.
What do you got?
I'm hesitant to put this out because it's a great album, but I feel like I have it so low that I'm going to get a verbal punch in the face from you. But my number 10 is the new one from the Black Moods. If you all could see the look on his face right now. Yeah.
What are you fucking talking about? Number 10?
But it made the list. It made
number
the list.
10? Oh my God.
I will accept all verbal backlash.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are accepting applications as of today for future quarterly album reviews. There may be a spot open up on this show moving forward. And I say it's at 10 just because I obviously really like it. It made the list. I feel like Sunshine grabbed me a little more, but it's what isn't there to like? It's if there was modern rock radio, it's this would be it. We need to get this in front of all the Tom Petty fans and I don't understand how they're not bigger, but I really like Youth of the Wasted on the Young. I like Big Time. I love that little bass guitar intro from On and On. I think number 10 is not a reflection on the album so much as it's a reflection of all the other stuff that came out. But I will bend over and say, thank you, sir. May I have another? I know that's coming. Wow. Well, it's there's always a time when you know someone and they disappoint you. They disappoint you. And this is that moment. This is that moment on air where you can feel the disappointment in my voice, just my whole sense of being right now. Why don't we just move on before
it still made the list. It still made the list. It's not like my egregious mistake with the Pretty Reckless last year. I mean, this one at least made the list.
Okay. All right. Let's move forward. Let's start with our first contribution from the Groove Council. And for those that are listening for the first time, it's a group of us that talk offline or through DM about new albums, new music, a lot of fun chat, a lot of great back and forth. And one of our newest members at Fuzz Doom Rip, Rich, always has a great list, always has great contributions. And nevertheless, let's get to his at number 10, Wukan, Heretic Tongues. Number 9, Green Seeker, The Wish. Number 8, Greenbeard, Variant. Number 7, El Puro, Hair of. Number 6, Las Cruces, Cosmic Tears, Doobie. AIC Influence Goodness, so check out Las Cruces, Cosmic Tears. Number 5, Sergeant Thunderhoof, This Skeptred Veil. Number 4, Red Sun Atacama, Darwin is the name of the album. Number 3, Wofat, The Singularity. Number 2, Carson, The Willful Pursuit of Ignorance, Under the Radar Awesome. And number 1, Valley of the Sun, The Chariot. In his opinion, it's the album of the year. His honorable mention pick is Sasquatch, Fever, Fantasy. So good list from Rich.
Very good list from Rich, yeah.
Good stuff. That Chariot album, I believe, is going to be on a lot of people's lists.
I did see it pop up on a few, yeah.
Yeah. So moving on to number 9, my number 9 is a band out of Chicago that I've really grown to like. Hoping to have them on the show soon. And that is The Million Reasons and their latest album, Haven. Really enjoyed this album. Lots of hooks, lots of different influences and vibe. When you think of the song that they had, If Not for the Fire, it's got a great pop sense in terms of rock, with a really good hook. It's also even got a little bit of Iron Maiden influence into it. So it's really kind of all over the map in terms of where the band goes, and the selection of songs on the album are very eclectic, which I like. They're from, I believe, the Chicago suburban area. Like I said, I hope to have them on the show. It's a great album, really a fun listen. The album is Haven. The band is The Million Reasons. Check it out. Great new band.
Nice pick. So my number 9 is one of a number of recommendations from the aforementioned Rich. I've had a couple lists in the past that were turbo dominated. This is definitely a Rich dominated list. So my number 9 pick goes to the stoner rock kind of power blues trio from Spain, Bluesweiser. Obey the Booze is the album. I copied what they put on their Bandcamp page because it's really awesome. It's fuzz, wah-wah, thundering, bonhamish drums, tripping bass, and grooves to shake gargantuan booties. Come on. Who doesn't want to go at least give them a shot after that kind of marketing pitch, you know? It's a little trippy. It's a little crunchy, a little fuzzy, a little groovy, but definitely like a heavy blues vibe. I really like it. I think my favorite is the last one on the track, Void Catcher. The song Clit Eastwood sounds like an obvious concert track. But Echoes of Oblivion's really good. Loose Lips is got this real like yin and yang. It's like light and heavy and struggle. It's a real catchy album, at least for me. Good for working out. Good for mowing the yard. Maybe not great for doing work, but it's good for doing stuff other than work. But Bluesweiser, Obey the Booze is my number 9 pick.
Awesome. I got to check them out. I have not had a chance to listen to that album. All right. Moving on to the next member of the Groove Council. It is the Itch Rock and Radio Show. Great guys, great dudes. This is Aaron's personal list and great co-host of the Itch Rock and Radio Show. I had pleasure of meeting him at a Dead's show at the House of Blues last year, and always great to meet someone local here in Chicago, which I've done with a few of the listeners that I have. So that's always fantastic to do so. So let's get to his list. Number 10, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Unlimited Love. Number 9, AWOL Nation, Echo, My Shadow, My Covers, and Me. Sounds like a album to go to sleep to when you tuck in at night. Number 8, Museum of Light, Horizon. Number 7, Shadow Academy, self-titled album. Number 6, Lit, Tastes Like Gold, which I think has a Butch Walker song. I think Butch Walker produced that album. So, I did check out the one track. It's a cover of a Cars song. So check that out too as well. Lit, still making music after all these years, which is good to see. Number 5, Nova Twins, Supernova. Number 4, Papa Roach, Ego Trip. Number 3, Dorothy, Gifts from the Holy Ghost. Number 2, Mood Ring, Stargazer is the name of the album. And number 1, Hailstorm, Back from the Dead. So good list from Aaron from the Itch Rock and Radio Show. And don't forget to check them out at Itch Rocks. Great podcast to listen to as well. What's really interesting about them is if you've listened to me for a while, you kind of know where my sweet spot is. Their sweet spot is like the next generation after mine. So it's always good to hear their perspective on where rock went after, the 70s, 80s, and 90s into that grunge era and coming out of that grunge era of music. So they've got a great perspective, a great podcast. So please check them out.
Their list, when I saw their list, one thing that kind of struck me, and I'm curious if you feel this way from time to time, because I do. When I saw their list and I saw the Red Hot Chili Peppers are on there, the first thought I had was, I had no idea the Red Hot Chili Peppers had a new album out. And I'm like, how the hell do I not know that the Red Hot, sometimes I feel like we're so hyper focused on like the younger bands that I kind of don't pay attention to some other things. And for a band as eminently popular as the Red Hot Chili Peppers to have something out and I've kind of completely missed it is kind of hilarious and annoying at the same time,
Yeah, no, I do agree with you 100% that we do focus a lot on new bands and unknowns that are making music. And admittedly, we don't sometimes appreciate a lot of the legacy artists that are putting stuff out, which is still good.
Like the Scorpions album. It's fucking great.
Yeah, it's a fantastic album. It's hard to say why we do that, because we just, like I said, we have a heavy focus on stuff that maybe people don't know of and maybe people aren't aware of. So there's always going to be different lists across different podcasts, different publications. Yep. My suggestion and kind of how I do it is, I filter it as, hey, check out all of it if you can. It's a lot to take in. There's a lot of music that's unknown because the record industry is so fragmented now. It's more do-it-yourself. And because of that, a lot of these bands that are making great music aren't at the forefront of people's minds, aren't at the forefront of magazines that are putting out lists or online publications or podcasts. So if anything, we're those kids in the corner that are listening to stuff that maybe you haven't heard of. All right. My list continues at number 8. This album is a little different than what I usually choose. I'm, again, more focused on new rock. This is a legacy artist album. I had the pleasure of interviewing Joe Satriani earlier this year. That new album is The Elephants of Mars, released early on this quarter, I think back in April. And it just is really filled with what Joe's known for. Very atmospheric, melodic, very thoughtful type notes, lots of mood inspiring music. And I think, compared to his last album that he did prior to this one, which was Shapeshifting, which is more kind of very much in that Van Halen zone. I think actually one of the songs on there was a 1980. Yeah, it was an Eddie Van Halen tribute. This album took him a while to make, and it was more of a relaxed process, as he talks about in the interview that we did. And it's just an amazing album. It starts out with Sahara, The Elephants of Mars, Faceless, love Tension and Release, Sailing the Seas of Ganymede, which is a great tune, great name for a instrumental. Pumpin', and there's also so much more. 22 Memory Lane is another fantastic one as well. But, if you're ever in that relaxed mood and you want to put on some music that is kind of very atmospheric, this is definitely the one for you. Joe always makes great music. He always goes in a different direction. He always tries to do something different on a new album that he hasn't done before, or maybe revisit something he's done before, or maybe put a different spin on it. But I highly recommend The Elephants of Mars by Joe Satriani at my number 8 pick.
That's a good pick. That album to me kind of came off as like the first half is deeper and more emotional, and the second half is a little more driven and energetic. I don't have it on vinyl, but I imagine that would be a good way to if your first half is one way and your second half is the other way. But that's a good pick, and I love my favorite song in that album is also such a great song title, but Bluefoot Groovy.
Yeah, no, it's it's never going to be, instrumental albums are never going to be huge. I mean, obviously he had his peak with Surfing with the Alien and Flying in the Blue Dream.
Yep.
And he talks about that in the interview that I did with him. It's a great perspective that he had. Joe's at a point now where he makes music for himself. I'm sure he's probably always had elements of that. No one really pushing him from, a record company standpoint, but I really like how he talked about the process of this album because of the pandemic. It allowed him to be more relaxed without pressure of a deadline. And it kind of shows in the music that he made. So again, instrumentals aren't for everyone, but if you're interested, I highly recommend you checking it out.
Yeah, that's a great pick. That's a fun album. So my number 8 is a debut album from a French band that I got as a recommendation from Emile at Unique Hi-Fi. It's total melodic modern hard rock. The band is Sound Riot. The album is Square One. And he wrote in his blog thing that he described it as a mix of 70s UK hard rock and 90s US glam, like Mr. Big and Winger. So it's got a particular sound. I think of it more of like a White Snake meets Wet kind of deal. Great vocals, great riffs, melodic choruses, really good lyrics that actually, one of the things that I like about it is the lyrics are very topical and they touch on a lot of stuff of today's world. And there's a lot of anger in the lyrics, but it doesn't come out as in a loud or aggressive way, if that makes any kind of sense. I like the opener, Don't Believe the Scream. I think my favorite is Water Rain, which is a dumb title. But there's a killer guitar solo. Human in a Cage, a great topical song, and Words Aren't Enough. Again, debut album from a French band, Sound Riot. The album title is Square One. I think this has got a mass appeal kind of sound. Like a lot of people can gravitate towards this. It's not really AOR. It's not stoner. It's not blues. It's just good old modern day hard rock.
Interesting. They're French, you said?
Mm-hmm. They're from France. And for me, 10 songs, 38 minutes. Perfect for my short attention span.
Well, judging by your number 10, yeah, I would agree with that. I would absolutely agree with that. So, all right, let's get into another member of the Groove Council. It is Fossil Man. Fossil Man is a rock and roll t-shirt collector. Great dude, goes to a lot of shows. I think out of all of us on the Groove Council, I think he goes to the most shows than anyone.
Yeah. And Terry probably comes in second, but
yeah,
it seems like Fossil Man sees 2 or 3 artists a week.
Right.
Every week.
Yeah. He loves it.
They're not like, I mean, he'll go see people in big stadiums, but he also goes to see like Guitar George, who's playing at the dive bar down the road. Like that guy loves live music. That's awesome.
You can follow Fossil Man at Patchy Rizotis, PACHYRHIZODUS. That's at PACHYRHIZODUS. Look him up under Fossil Man. And like I said, just a great dude. Want to get him on the show to talk about rock t-shirts and logos and the importance and what attracts him to get in a shirt. Because he's got, what did he say? How many shirts he had?
He just posted one literally right before we started recording. And it's like, I think it was number 216 or number 316 or something. Yeah, wow. He's got a lot.
That's amazing. Well, let's get into his list. At number 10, Kentucky Ruckus, Space is a Place. I've got to check this band out because I've heard from multiple people, a couple people in the group council, that this band is just absolutely phenomenal. So that's on my list of things to do this weekend. And again, if an album doesn't make our quarterly list, doesn't mean it won't end up on either my list or Chris's list at the end of the year. Sometimes it takes us a while to get to some of the stuff. Unfortunately, we don't do this full time. So we do have a professional life outside of this, and we just can't get to anything. But Kentucky Ruckus is definitely on my list. Number 9, Michael Monroe, Live Too Fast to Die Young. Number 8, Wukan, Heretic Tongues. I think that's the second time it's been on someone's list, as well as the next one, Hailstorm, Back from the Dead, as well as Valley of the Suns, The Chariot. I think that's the second time that's ended up. Number 5, Probot, Feel This. Number 4, Sideburn, Fired Up. Number 3, Dorothy, Gifts from the Holy Ghost. Number 2, again, he chose this album at number 2, The Black Moods, Into the Night. Chris, where'd you have this album again?
I'll be number 10, Jay.
Okay. All right. Number 1, Cardang, We Ain't Dead Yet. So check out all those fantastic bands, those fantastic albums, and great list from Fossil Man.
Kirby likes it too.
Yeah. He really likes Fossil Man's list. So apparently the mailman's here right now. That's my dog in the background. Hang on one second.
Kirby is clearly a member of the Black Moods Union fan club.
Yes.
He's pissed off at me.
Yes, he is. Just basically told me that you're not allowed at the house at all at any time in your life. All right, back to my list. We go into number 7. And it's a band that I really like. And I had the chance to see them live back in early May, I want to say. Fantastic band live, lots of energy, lots of great songs. Haven't had a chance to sit with the album as much as I'd like because it just came out here at the end of June. But I'm looking forward to kind of continuing to absorb it. The band is from LA. We just had Griffin Tucker on, the lead guitar player. Had Derek Day on last year as well. The band is Classless Act, and the album is Welcome to the Show. A great album by the guys, great album by the band. It's their debut album. This is a band that's kind of been underneath the surface in LA for the last 4 or 5 years, playing the club circuit down there. Finally released an album after a long wait. I know Matt Wake wrote about them in his original list, bands to listen to outside of or other than Greta Van Fleet, and they were one of the bands in that list. So they've been around for a while. Griffin joined the band about a year ago, moved from Texas to LA, put out this album, and it's fantastic. The singles are great. Again, really want to do more of a deep dive into the album. The energy they put out on stage is tremendous. Great presence on stage, great presence in doing what they do. They are on the stadium tour right now, opening up for Motley Crue and Def Leppard, as well as Poison and Joan Jett. Get there early so you can check them out. I will be checking them out next Friday in Wrigley Field. So I'm looking forward to that. The album is Welcome to the Show, and the band is Classless Act.
I'm a little annoyed that we got a Classless Act album before a South of Eden album. That's all I'm going to say on South of Eden.
Yeah. What are we going to do?
All right. So my number 7, I'm kind of proud of myself because this is not an album that historically is anywhere close to my wheelhouse. I don't know that I've ever purchased an album or really given time to whatever this is.
Do I need to like prepare myself for this?
No.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. I'm impressed with myself for liking it, but it's another rich suggestion. It's a band from Massachusetts. The band is Astronoid. The album is Radiant Bloom. And I got to tell you, it's so very different that I didn't know how to talk about it. So I literally, I went on Google and I started reading about the band. And I have to tell you, I'm going to read all the different things that people have described them as, because I still don't know how to describe the band, but they were described as shoegaze, post-rock, ethereal progressive rock, progressive metal, post-metal, dream rock, dream thrash, black gaze, and gent blend. I don't know what any of that is. I don't know what any of it is, but it's really intense and dreamy and atmospheric and chaotic, yet calming and transitive, if that's a word. I don't know. It's just something that when I put it on, I can kind of relate to it and it kind of calms my brain, but then I really get into the music. Good lyrics, good melodies, good guitars. I wish I could speak better about it or more knowledgeable about it, but it's so new to me, but I absolutely love it. I ordered the vinyl. I'm looking forward to playing it a lot over the summer. But some of the tracks that jump out at me are Admin, the very first one, but Sleep Whisperer, Sedative, and I've Forgotten Your Face, which is a funny song title, but it's really dreamy, atmospheric, and calming. It's way out of my comfort zone. And I'm kind of impressed with myself that I like it so much. So Astronoid, Radiant Bloom, another Rich suggestion. You're kicking ass this quarter, Rich. Well done.
Again, an album that I have to check out, and it's just not on my radar. So I will. I get a kick out of these shows because after each show, I've got so much music to listen to.
Oh, it's awesome, and it sucks at the same time because you look at the list and you go, I have 27 albums that I want to listen to just from the episode, much less what's coming out this week and next week. And
when we first did this, because up until last year, we just did end of year. Okay. We didn't do quarterly. So last first quarter, we did this in 2020. And you and I both were trying to get to every album we could possibly get to. And it is maddening. It is. And here's the thing, right? Because of that, it made me slow it down a little bit because, in my opinion, if you're trying to cram with music, you don't really enjoy it.
Right.
So I like an album that I can sit with for a week, at least more than a day, where I can listen to it 3-4 times. I mean, there's a couple albums on my list that I was able to spin for like 2 weeks in my car and just really kind of absorb it. And I think when you're trying to cram stuff in, or you see other people's lists, you're like, all right, I got to listen to this one, I got to listen to that one.
Right.
You really lose what the essence of this episode is all about, talking about stuff that you enjoyed. So that's why I always say the same thing in these episodes, that just because it didn't make our quarterly list doesn't mean it won't make our year-end list, because we'll have more time to sit with it, more time to listen to it.
Yeah. And that's honestly, that's the same reason why I don't think I've had an album that was released like in the last 2 weeks of a quarter yet make any of my lists. It's just, there's just not enough time to really kind of like let it in. But yet, I mean, last year, I think I had 7 or 8 albums that didn't make a quarterly list make the year-end list. So just to emphasize what you're saying.
Well, I think you in particular, with not putting anything on that's been released in the last couple of weeks, is just your laziness and your procrastination.
Maybe that changes. Maybe that changes this quarter as I look at my picks. Maybe.
Yeah, I think that has more to do with it than anything else. But we'll continue on. Again, there may be a space open for the next quarter. All right, who are we getting to next? We're going to get to Rob in the Hood. He's always got an interesting list. Great member of the Groove Council, and let's get into it here. At number 10, Heretic Tongues by Wukan from Germany. Yes. Ascension at number 9 by Mutually Assured Destruction, Richmond, Virginia. Number 8, Moongazer by Tenebra, band from Italy. Number 7, Phototroph by Moon Tooth, Long Island, New York. Number 6, The Sceptred Veil by Sergeant Thunderhoof from Bath, England in the UK. Number 5, The Chariot by Valley of the Sun, Cincinnati, Ohio. Number 4, Acute Mania by Stake, London, England band. Number 3, The Wilful Pursuit of Ignorance by Carson, band from New Zealand by way of Lucerne, Switzerland. Number 2, Fever Fantasy by Sasquatch, Los Angeles, California, and Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Number 1, The Singularity by Wofat in Dallas, Texas. So again, Rob, is very eclectic too with his music taste, kind of all over the map in terms of where people are from geographically. If he had to choose some additional choices, he would put out Strange Machine by Aluna, Stone Blues Machine by Geezer, Psychic Forms by Ilder Beal, hope I'm pronouncing that right, Hair of El Piro by El Piro, and Into Oblivion by Cadaver March. So great list from Rob in the Hood. You can follow him at The Recidivist. So check him out. He does our live album reviews every quarter. So always enjoy having Rob on the show as well.
What was the quickest you've ever read a Rob list?
Well, we instituted a new policy here at the Hook Rocks Corporate, where because I always love the descriptions people give, but when these turn into 2.5 hours, and my voice is cached at the end, and I just want to go to bed when I'm done with these episodes. It does zap a little bit of the joy of doing this. So what we try to do, or what we're doing, is we're giving each member 3 albums where they can have a description and talk about how much they love it, rather than all 10. The other reason is that some of these albums on this list are repeats, meaning they're on other people's lists. So for me to read how great an album is over and over and over again, it kind of defeats the purpose. So that's what we're doing. So that's one change that we, as we continue to evolve, is we're kind of taking out the descriptions of all 10 albums. And if you want to, find out what these guys or gals feel about the records, about the albums that they're choosing, you can follow them. They'll talk about it. They'll post about it. So follow The Recidivist, follow Fossil Man, follow, Fuzz Doom, and all those great lists. You'll definitely enjoy it. On to the next pick, which is my number 6. I really enjoyed diving into this artist and the music they produce. I'm still not sure if it's a solo artist or a band. I'm going to go with a solo artist. Nevertheless, the music is absolutely fantastic. The album is called Pronounced Jossie, and the artist is Jossie. Fantastic throwback to the glam rock movement of the 70s with Bowie, T-Rex, the New York Dolls, and other bands like that. You can probably put Sweet in there as well. But just a great vibe throughout the album. it is a throwback to that era with kind of a modern sound. I love the song Burn It Down, Tongue Tied, and Androgyne. All Messed Up, Little Tramp. 13 songs on this album, which, most bands are now doing 9 or 10, maybe 11 on their albums. 13 songs for you to enjoy. This is an artist that is slowly building momentum, slowly building a name for himself, and really check it out. If you love that Bowie, T-Rex, New York Dolls Suite type of vibe and type of music from mid to late 70s, you'll definitely enjoy this album.
I think someone else has that on their list. I don't remember who, but I feel like it came up on another list.
Yeah.
But good pick.
Thank you.
Oh, my number 6. It's time for me to eat some crow. My number 6 is an album that is only 7 songs. It's an hour and 15 minutes, which means these songs are ridiculously long. And I am a proponent of give me 9 songs, 3 minutes a pop. Let me listen to this and get the hell out of here. Right. And then I listened to Woefat, The Singularity, and holy shit, this is really good. For a long time, that poo-poo platter of Turbo and Rob and Rich have been pushing Woefat on me, and it just never clicked. But it clicked this time, and it's awesome. This is kind of similar to last year when I finally got on the Mastodon train. Like I finally listened to a Mastodon album that really I could connect with and that I really got. Same thing with The Singularity from Woefat. I'm happy that the popular kids, I like something that the popular kids like, it's massive and it's layered and it's a big fuzzy brooding jam is the best way I could explain it. It gets a little segmented for me because a lot of these songs are super long. But I think my favorite is The Unraveling, and that's the shorter one. It's 7 minutes and 40 some seconds. But I also like the last song in the album, which is a ridiculous 16 and a half minutes, but it's a total tempo building jam. Woefat, The Singularity, it's a jam. Well done, Ripple, for getting these guys and throwing this one out there. I absolutely love it. I'm happy that I'm finally on the Woefat train. So, and it's long songs. So guys like Rich and the Professor will be more than happy to give me some shit now because I like long songs again.
You're growing as a person. Every time I see you, I you take one step back, you take 2 steps forward. You took a step back with the Black Moods pick at number 10, which I'll have to just accept. But then you took 2 steps forward with accepting these songs that are like a journey, that are like an adventure.
Yes, it's funny. Like people out there are probably laughing about this, but that's legitimately difficult for me. And I think that's why I found some of these songs as segmented, is because my brain is, at 4 minutes, it's like, well, what the hell's going on? Like, are we on another song yet? No, it's the same song and there's still 12 more minutes. So,
what do you do with like Achilles' Last Stand by Zeppelin?
Oh, I listen to it and fucking love it.
Okay. Well, there you go.
So yeah, there's always an exception to the rule, and that is one of them. Yeah.
Very good. Very good. Proud of you. You're growing.
I'm growing.
A little bit, but you're growing.
By the time I'm 60, I might be an adult.
Yes. To the Groove Council and another member, it's Turbo Kaye. You can follow Turbo, one of the great purveyors of doom and stoner rock. My son, the Youth Rocks, is always like, how does he find these bands? It's a question that we all ask each other, is where does he find this music? You can follow him at Turbo KYA, Turbo KYA. Great, again, great promoter of doom rock, fuzz rock, stoner rock, which is really, and I've said this before, pretty much Black Sabbath influenced. I mean, Black Sabbath, if they had subgenres back then, not only were they the beginnings of heavy metal with Led Zeppelin, they were the beginnings of this genre. Because when you listen to this music, it is a direct influence to Black Sabbath and Deep Purple and bands like that. So let's get into his list. At number 10, Blue Huron, Ephemeral. Yeah, am I pronouncing that right? Ephemeral?
Yes.
Yes. Number 9, Jossie, pronounced Jossie. Number 8, Kentucky Ruckus. There they are again. Space is a place. Number 7, Geezer, Stoned Blues Machine. Number 6, Steak, Acute Mania. Number 5, Greenbeard, Variant. Number 4, Valley of the Sun, The Chariot. Number 3, Wukan, Heretic Tongues. Number 2, there's your band Wolfat, The Singularity. And number 1, Sasquatch, Fever Fantasy. Fantastic list there from Turbo KYA. So check him out on Twitter. Great follow. Great dude. Back to the list. Number 5 for me. I really love this band. I really love this album. I think the UK movement of new emerging rock bands is just as strong as what it is here in America, with great new bands coming out and great new bands releasing music over the last few years. Nonetheless, the album Revelation by Stone Broken is a fantastic album. And it's a very diverse album where it does kind of venture out beyond the rock realm in certain parts of songs and certain arrangements. It really shows their diversity, which I really do enjoy and appreciate. The lyrics, the songs are absolutely just fantastic. Some of the great stuff that's on there, obviously Black Sunrise and The Devil You Know started off, but Make It Out Alive, Me Without You, which I absolutely love, Without Reason, So Damn Easy. Great album from Stone Broken. Hope at some point they come here to America, as we say with all these bands that we know and love in the UK and in Europe. But what a great representation of their music and the direction that they're going with their music. Big fan of this album. It's Revelation by Stone Broken.
It's a good album. I really liked Without a Reason and Give Me Some More.
Yeah.
That's good. I'm surprised it wasn't more popular across the board with our, it seems like much like the Black Moods. It would appear to be a wide range of people can listen to this and pull something out that they'll not just like, but really like.
Yeah, I agree. Absolutely.
All right. So what are we, 5?
Yep.
Another Rich recommendation. Stoner rock trio from Switzerland. I think they made Rich's list and Rob's list, if I remember correctly. But it's Carson, Willful Pursuit of Ignorance. It's over the last year and a half, 2 years, again, the Rich Turbo Rob group are pulling me into the whole stoner desert rock, prog rock thing. And not prog, but they're pulling me into that. And this is like a perfect album for that because there's great vocals, the right amount of fuzz, it's, and for me, it's stoner, but it also has this like tinge of grunge to it. And it really works for me. The first one is Dirty Dream Maker. It's a straightforward rocker, but then in a row, Siren, Gimme, Too Far, No Joy, and then the title track, Willful Pursuit of Ignorance. I think that's my favorite on the album because it's a real stoner grunge fueled kind of fire for me, how I interpret it. I dig that. There's also really good backing vocals on this, which as a lifelong Van Halen fan, I can really appreciate, especially on Too Far. But it's catchy, it's fun, it's clean. A lot of this stuff can a lot of times have like a lot of reverb in this stuff. This is clean and it's really good. And I'm kind of surprised that it didn't land higher on my list. This came out in April, and when I heard it along with another April album, I was kind of like, oh, wow, this is going to be like 1-2, and here we are at 5. So my number 5, Carson, Willful Pursuit of Ignorance.
I will say this quarter is a lot deeper than the first quarter of 2022. We had a lot of similarities on our list for 2022, and we still may have some on this list as we kind of get closer and closer to that number 1. I think there was a collective deep breath by a lot of the rock bands in first quarter of 2022 because there was so much that came out in 2021. And, now that we're in July, we may forget that there was still a lot of COVID issues going on in the first part of this year as we ended 2021. So I know a lot of tours were pushed back. I know, some album releases may have been pushed back, but 2021 still had some good stuff. But this quarter really, I don't know if it matches last year, but it does basically jump over the first quarter in terms of the depth of good quality music that we didn't get in the first quarter. There was good stuff that was released in that quarter. But I just think this is just fantastic. And I think that's going to continue on for the third quarter. And from what I know and from what I've heard, that end of the third quarter into the beginning of the fourth quarter is going to be an onslaught of new music. So get ready, buckle up, because all those bands that you've been like, man, they haven't released an album since 2020 or 2019 or 2018. They're coming. Good. And I can't wait. I can't wait to hear it and can't wait to experience it. So, all right, let's go to more members of the Groove Council. We go to Kaze, who does the East London radio show on Friday nights. She's also now part of Emerging Rock Bands and that publication and that entity, which I'm so happy for her, so happy for them, because she is a great addition. She's very passionate about new music, and just happy to see her, kind of spreading her wings a little bit and getting more involved in the scene. And just good on her for doing it. I know she's now doing, like I said, some writing. You can follow her at ELR Rocks. It's the heavy rock show. Kaz is a great friend of the show, and she's got a great list, as she always does. And let's get into it. She's also the first and only member of the Groove Council that didn't send me a list just in email format. She actually sent me a Word document, which, I'm not going to say anything. Yeah, just going to put it out there. She sent me a Word document. Very nice.
Don't take that shit from him.
No, I'm saying that, it's a good thing. It's a good thing that she sent me a Word document. Just saying that this might be a trend that I enjoy and like. Oh. I'm just going to just put it out there. All right, so let's get into it. Aux at number 10, Heavy on the Cosmic. Number 9, Oceans Apart, The Hate Club. Number 8, Odd Crew, Dark Matters Part 1.
Great album.
Yeah. Number 7, Gone Savage, Past Life. Number 6, Stone Broken, Revelation. Good pick. Number 5, The Veer Union, Manifestations. Number 4, Memphis Mayfire, Remade in Misery. Number 3, Thornhill, Heroin. Someone on Twitter said this is like if Deftones and Muse had a baby, which isn't far off. I love the vocals and the vibe. Hot tip to Matt Simons of Dead Blonde Stars for putting me onto this. Number 2, North Lane, Obsidian. This album would tie for number 1 if that were allowed. The mix of electronics with metalcore gives it the perfect twist to keep coming back. Love it, love it, love it. Number 1, Health by Disco 4. The band is Health, and it's Disco 4 Part 2. A magnificent sonic celebration with an eclectic mix of artist collaborations, atmospheric and enveloping, almost physical, like getting a sonic hug. I absolutely love Jake Duzik's hypnotic voice and cannot get enough of this album. Her special mentions are Melt, Engine EP, Valley of the Sun, The Chariot, Motionless in White, Scoring the End of the World, and Blue Heron, Ephemeral. So great list from Kaz. Let's get into another list of the Groove Council. Let's go to Skylabs. The great audio professor, we just dropped a show where he's talking about improving the acoustics within your house and also what to do if you're at a show and you're looking to get a better sound experience. Great follow at Skylab Tapes on Twitter. So follow Rob. Here's his list. Number 10, Jeff Scott Soto, Complicated. Number 9, Wolfat, The Singularity. Number 8, Battle Beast, Circus of Doom. Number 7, Seven Kingdoms, Zenith. Number 6, Moontooth, Phototroph. Number 5, Aluna, Strange Machine. Number 4, Visions of Atlantis, Pirates. Number 3, James Labrie, Beautiful Shade of Gray. Number 2, Wukan, Heretic Tongues. Number 1, Porcupine Tree, Closure, Continuation. And honorable mention, his son at RJ Official, RJ's new album, The Donut Queen, in my rankings because I cannot be objective about it. But of course, it is actually my favorite album of Q2. So follow his son at RJ_official. I think it's _official, but try them both, either single underscore or double underscore. And his new album, The Donut Queen. So good on Rob for including that great list from Rob, as always.
Yep. Rob, I would like to say this publicly, God forbid, or just not God forbid, but just in case his son does listen. I give RJ a lot of credit. His son's album, at whatever age he is, I was never that strong. I was never that strong enough of a person to be able to put all of that out on paper and then sing it. I'm so impressed with him and his inner strength, in addition to how good the music is. But RJ, I'm impressed. Well done.
Definitely. Glad to see the lineage of Rob transferred into his son and his musical tastes. I know Rob is very passionate about music, as I am with my son. He is with his son. Always love to see when that passion is transferred to your youth, your bloodline. So that's always great to see. So we go to number 4, and man, just had Brandon on, the lead singer of this band. So we're really excited about this album. A band that has been really under the surface of hard rock and metal for a while now. A band that really makes great music, really puts on a great live show. Just absolutely fantastic. And it's one of those bands that you wish would connect with more people because their music really does deserve it. The band is Crowbot, and the album is Feel This. Just an amazing album, another great record. They just always put out great music. Again, band from Pennsylvania, doing it right, doing it good. Electrified, Dizzy, Set You Free. I mean, there's so many songs. Without Wings, Into the Fire, Living on the Streets, I love, and Holy Ghost are some of my highlights. But check out the great album by Crowbot, Feel This.
Living on the Streets is that's like a blues song, Crowbot style, like that's, yeah, that song's awesome.
Love it. Love that album.
Yeah, that's a very good pick. It's a very good pick. So before we get into my top 4, I want to say this real quick. My 1 through 4 can be easily interchanged. I mean, in all honesty, my top 4 are all album of the year candidates. So I've got like 1 through 4 and then like 5 through 20. I mean, that's how close the rest of them were. Or, flip that, that's how awesome these top 4 are. So My number 4 is 4 because it literally just came out a few weeks ago. But it's The Chariot from Valley of the Sun. It is another Rich suggestion. So again, thank you, Rich. This is great. This is like a real kind of one of those, you put music on and you're like, holy shit, this is made for me. Like I listen to Alice in Chains and I go, holy shit, this is made for me, or Van Halen. This is made for me. This is stoner rock with like strands of grunge at times weaved in there. It's really good hard rock. It's clean. But yet it's got a lot of grit, if that makes any sense whatsoever. I love the opening track, Sweet Sands. That track and another track have like a Scott Weiland vocal thing that none of our other Groove Council members can hear, except I do. So I'm clearly wrong on that. But I think my favorite song, without a doubt, is the title track, The Chariot. Great lyrics, great vocals. There's something really cool in the construction of it. It really slows down in the middle, and then like it builds back up, and the guitar. But the rest of the album, there's one song. It's like a reverb-filled ballad. The hell was it? As We Decay. I think that was the one. But Headlights, I love. Sunblind, Up-Tempo Rocker, The Flood. I love everything about this album. I know we're only halfway through the year, but if this is anything below number 5 on my year-end list, it's an upset. I know there's a lot of good stuff coming, but that's how much I love this album. It's fantastic. So thanks again to Rich for my number 4, Valley of the Sun, The Chariot. Awesome. I actually really think you'll like this album. If you haven't listened to it yet, this is right up your alley.
It's a great pick, and I really do enjoy this album. I really do, because you know how I am with stoner rock. There's a lot that I like, and there's a lot that I'm kind of not crazy about.
Right.
This album really falls into, I love it. Didn't have a chance to sit with it as much as I wanted to, so I'll get into it as we go on. But it is a superb album, and it's on a lot of our lists. It's on a lot. Yeah, I think it's probably the most out of all the bands.
I feel like it's more, I might have said stoner rock, but I feel like it's more of a hard rock album than a stoner rock album. I mean, it's hard rock with, strands of stoner and then a couple songs. I get like a grunge thing, but it's not a lot, but I think it's more of a hard rock. But yeah, I'm happy that this is as popular within our little group as it is. Yeah, it's really good. And in any other quarter, it very well could be my number 1.
Back to the Groove Council, we go with High Stick Mick, at High Stick Mick, HISTICK MICK, High Stick Mick. Big hockey fan, local here to Chicago, as Skylab Tapes is. And like I said, the Itch Rockin' Radio Show, Aaron from the Itch Rockin' Radio Show. So always like to see them at shows. Just a great dude. And let's get into his list. Number 10, Mirror Eclipse, an EP by the Mercury Riots. Number 9, Next Stop by Gary Kane. Number 8, Strange Machine by Aluna. Number 7, Little Victory, self-titled album by Little Victory, a Chicago area blues rock band with a touch of Americana.
That's a good album.
Number 6, Time and Tide by Cry for Mercy. Number 5, Life's Machine by Brave Rival, blues rock band from the UK. Number 4, It Lies Beyond the Sky by Sasquatch, another popular album within the Groove Council. Number 3, The Sun in the 10th House by the Battleiers, blues rock from Portugal. Number 2, Feel This by Crowbot, as we just talked about. And number one,
thanks, Mike.
Into the Night by the Black Moods. This is definitely my summer album, as Mike proclaims. So great list for him. Great diverse list for High Stick Mick. So check that out and more. You know what? Real quick, My Fault. The album by Sasquatch is called Fever Fantasy. So that's my bad on that. So that was his number 4. Going on to Carl and NCR in America. You could check him out. Great follow, great dude. He's been on the show. We got to have him back on. But he really kind of really dissects and breaks down the analytics of songs and new bands that are coming out and shows you where you can listen to them, shows you how they're doing. The new bands love the guy. He very passionate about new music too, down there in Houston, Texas. Again, follow him at NCR in NA, New Classic Rock in North America. Let's get to his list. Number 10, Gunshine, self-titled album by Gunshine. Number 9, Renegade Cartel, Masquerade. Number 8, Hush Money, Industry Standard. Number 7, Durap, self-titled album. Number 6, The Warning, Error. Number 5, Crowbot, Feel This. Number 4, Classless Act, Welcome to the Show. Number 3, Dorothy, Gifts from the Holy Ghost. Number 2, Cinema Stereo, self-titled album. And number 1, number 1, The Black Moods, Into the Night. So great list for Carl. Again, very check him out. Yep. NCR in NA, New Classic Rock in North America. Awesome list. Okay. We go to number 3 on my list of great albums for the second quarter of 2022. I had this band's EP last year on my end of the year list, I think it was. End of the year or third quarter list. I think it was the third quarter. I think it was released in August, I want to say. They came out now with a full-length album. That full-length album has those songs that were on that EP that is now a full-length album.
So you're cheating.
If this was just an EP of the new songs, it would be number 3. Okay? So excluding the songs that we already heard and just the 6 new songs that are on the album, this album would make my list. Okay? So it is now a full length where they have all this music on there, which is cool if you want to have like a one-stop shop album to get. I've got the physical copy of the EP, which I think you can only get at the shows. I'm not sure, but what can I say about this band that has not been said before? I have not been said before. The band is The Warning. The album is Error. It's fantastic. It really is. This is a band that is well beyond their years in terms of music, in terms of writing, in terms of arrangements. You know, I was listening to the album and you hear everything from like a Metallica influence to a Rush influence to, you know, of course, the Latin music with them being from Mexico. Of course, that's going to come through. But when you put it all together and you package it together, this is the next great new band that's going to be superstars. And I say that not because, you know, their music is better than any new band out there. Their music is right up there with any band out there. Mm-hmm. The fact that they're connecting with a young audience as much as they are. And, you know, and I see it with a lot of bands. There's a connection. There's becoming more and more prevalent. But this band is on a different level in terms of the young audience which they're capturing. I think this band has no limit in terms of their popularity. And within 5 years, they'll be playing arenas. I am almost positive about it. Some of the songs that are new on this, obviously, Money, which wasn't on the EP, that was been one of the singles they've been having now for a month or so. Amor, which is a great song. The title track, Error. 23, Kool-Aid Kids, Revenant. I love Revenant. And then the bonus track, Breathe. They're a great live act. They're a 3-piece. Just absolutely fantastic. They're going to be opening up for Hailstorm and the Pretty Reckless on a tour. I think they're going to be opening up at the end of the year by 3 Days Grace, or for 3 Days Grace on a short run at the end of the year, and then on to 2023. I am excited to see how this band evolves, where this band goes. Absolutely tremendous. Love the band The Warning. The album is Error. And as I want to say, because I know the recidivist is going to comment, and there's going to be comments in the group console, I would rank the EP of the new songs number 3. It just so happens to be on a full-length album with previous release song. Here's the caveat, of the same session. Meaning the session was not like 10 years ago and it's unreleased track of a band, that's putting out stuff that's been unreleased and recorded throughout their career. This is the same session. They even said that in the interview, that they have part 2 coming. I think they just decided to put it on a full-length album. So great stuff.
I can literally imagine Rob is writing his brief of opposition to you as we speak. As soon as you said The Warning, I knew he started.
Rob is an attorney. The recidivist is an attorney, by the way. So yes, he does challenge in a fun way. We have a lot of fun with it. A lot of the rules and regulations of the Groove Council. So I agree with you, Chris. I expect nothing less from him.
I will say, going back to The Warning, I think the thing that excites me the most about them, and you and I have talked about this off air, I guess is the term. And Jesus, I'm going to get her name wrong. So what's the lead singer's name? I forget.
Danny.
She's up there already. Already she's up there with the Lizzie Hales and the Dorothys and all the other. Her pipes are insane, but I think not only that, but I feel like she can do it all with her voice, which just leaves like the entire pie open to see what they're going to do. Right. Like she can scream it. She can sing it. She can go, I imagine she can go blues. I imagine she can go melodic, like AOR. So like there's so much there for her. And I think that's what excites me most about them, to see where they go. Cause her voice is certainly not going to hold them back. Certainly not.
No,
her voice is just out of this world good.
I mean, all 3 of them, Paul, Alejandra, Danny, I mean, they're just way beyond their years of musicianship. Mm-hmm. And then when you see them live and, how they just grab you instantly, for a 3-piece band to sound like a 6-piece band is very difficult to do. And they do it. They have just a tremendous live show and live performance that, like I said, Greta, whether you like them or not, is kind of the leader of the new face of rock right now. I expect The Warning to be right next to them at some point in the next few years. I just the way they're connecting with a younger audience, similar to what Greta's doing. And I think a lot of bands are more so now than ever before. I mean, I went to the Joyous Wolf Dorothy Class Act show. Mm-hmm. A lot of young people in the crowd. Mm-hmm. Mammoth and Dirty Honey, a lot of young people in the crowd. I just, I think those bands will get there too as well, and others too that I've seen. But I think in terms of the trajectory and how fast they're doing it, The Warning is definitely on the right path.
So are we getting, are you thinking that we're getting the fall 2023 Brothers and Sisters tour with Greta and The Warning?
Well, they're both on the same record label. So who knows? I mean, it would be a great package. It would be.
Feel free to use Brothers and Sisters. Just send me some beer. I don't care. I just want some beer and maybe some tickets. That's all.
I think, I think that it would not surprise me if that happens. I'll just say that. It would not surprise me. Be on the same record label. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah.
To be honest with you. So check out The Warning. The album is Errors. And on to Chris's number 3.
So the first thing about my number 3 is it's not a Rich pick or suggestion, so that's good. I don't want his head to get too big. And I think it's as legacy-esque as I'm going to get on this list. But it's Fear of the Dawn from Jack White. I remember listening to this. I had the same reaction the first couple songs listening to this as I did the very first time I heard Icky Thump, which was, I don't know if I absolutely hate this or if I absolutely love this. And as time went on, I loved Icky Thump. And as time went on, I love this album. Absolutely, positively love it. It's batshit crazy though. It is all over the place. It's manic and frantic but it's fun. I have so much fun when I listen to this album that it's addictive. It's one of those albums that I will, be it on my computer or with vinyl, I'll play it back to back. I absolutely love it. It's quick, it's fun, it's addictive. But it's one of those where if you don't like Jack White and his mischievous little style, you're going to hate this. But if you're into it, you're going to absolutely love it. And I'm looking forward to I know he's got another one coming out, I believe in July. And I think that's a little more acoustic driven than this. This is nuts. This is nutso batshit craziness. But it's a lot of fun. I love Taking Me Back. I think I like Taking Me Back because it was played in and out of every commercial during the hockey playoffs, like every commercial. But Fear the Dark, Into the Twilight, Morning, Noon, and Night, Shedding My Velvet. All of these things are so great. But this just shows how immature I am. I feel like that this is one of those albums that drives those dildos at like Pitchfork and Rolling Stone berserk, right? Like this is an album that comes out that they're just primed to crap on. I don't know if they do. I don't know if they liked it or they didn't like it. I'm not going to give them the time of day, but it just seems like one of those albums that like a rock writer is going to go out there and poo-poo on because it's so different. But Jesus, I love this album and I can't believe it. It's number 3 and not number 1. But again, I think that just goes to how awesome the other two are in front of it. But my number 3, Jack White, Fear of the Dawn.
Awesome. Great choice. And I love Jack White. I love the Raconteurs. I love the White Stripes. Mm-hmm. The Raconteurs, who I saw probably 3-4 years ago, still one of my favorite shows I've seen in the last 10 years. So good list, man. Or good pick.
Album. Fun album.
Good pick.
So whose list is up now?
Now it is Chris Preston.
Oh, I wonder what his number 1 is.
Yeah, it's a big mystery. Big mystery. All right, let's get into it. Number 10, Black Swan, Generation Mind. Number 9, Valley of the Sun. There it is again, The Chariot. Number 8, Hailstorm, Back from the Dead. That's been on a few lists. Mm-hmm. Number 7, Big Wreck, the 7.2 EP. Number 6, Crowbot, Feel This. Number 5, Stone Broken, Revelations. Number 4, Into the Night by the Black Moods. I'm calling Saturday Night the rock and roll party anthem for the summer of 2022. Sadly, your name twin, Chris, here doing the show does not feel that way. Chris Preston. Number 3, Dorothy, Gifts from the Holy Ghost. This one was the pleasant surprise for me this quarter and is definitely a candidate for my album of the year. The perfect blend of raw, melodic, bluesy, heavy, hard rock, fantastic production, and the absolutely stunning voice of Dorothy Martin. Her range and the heartfelt way she sings these songs is so powerful. Can't wait to see this band live. Awesome description. I agree with every word of it. Yep. Number 2, The Warning, Error. Near perfection from a band on the brink of superstardom. I am absolutely blown away by the songwriting and musicianship of these three uber-talented young women. Plain and simple. They write stadium-ready anthems and perform them with an energy and enthusiasm beyond their years. Every song on this album could be a single. The Warning are the future of rock music, and the future looks bright. And number one, by no surprise, it shouldn't be any surprise. You should follow Chris at Rock These Tweets, My Rock and Roll Heaven, but follow at Rock These Tweets. Great a Twitter feed, really into the history of music, posts a lot of stuff. Great dude's been on the show, and can't wait to have him on again soon. So his number one choice is Def Leppard, Diamond Star Halos, their best album since 1999's Euphoria, and the perfect Def Leppard album for 2022. Diverse songs that are perfectly constructed and played. Joe sounds fantastic. Phil and Viv's guitar work is some of their best in years, with a bit of everything to satisfy fans of every Def Leppard era. Take what you want. Sounds like vintage Pyromania era Def Leppard, and is the best song they've written in 25 years. Wow, that's big praise. Big praise. Now to number two. Now it kind of gets into the down and dirty. Which album will be number one? I know your final two. I just don't know the order. I think your final two are very obvious to anyone who's within our group and who follows you on Twitter. I think they're pretty obvious. I just don't know your order. It's killing you, isn't it?
It is. And for the shit I've taken, I better know the order.
All right, let's get into it. Number two. Again, these two albums, well, actually, probably like Chris, my top three are probably all candidates for album of the year, because they're all that good. This is an album that I didn't really know what to expect, because I think it was delayed. I think at some point last year they were gonna release the album, and for whatever reason they released a single, and then nothing happened, or nothing. We didn't hear anything from this band as to what was happening, and then they released their album while on tour with Joyous Wolf and Classless Act. Incredible album. I had this album in my car, the CD, because I still have a CD player in my car, for like a month and a half. It's just fantastic. Just great lyrics, great performance, completely different than their last album, Down in the Valley, which was released, I think, 2018. The album is Gifts from the Holy Ghost. What can I say? I mean, it's just tremendous. It is a great step, a big, giant step in her career, to be considered as part of the new face of rock and roll, emerging rock that's out there. She's been around for half dozen years or so. 28 Days in the Valley was the name of her previous album. This album just checks all the boxes. It's got a sense of wonder. It's got a sense of adventure. The album starts out with A Beautiful Life, which is just an absolute rocker. Fantastic song. Rest in Peace is very powerful with the song structure and the lyrics. Top of the World I love. Hurricane I love. Close to Me Always is a very emotional song. Black Sheep is that anthem. And my favorite song on the album is the title track, Gifts from the Holy Ghost.
Fuck yes.
Just absolutely incredible. Soaring, just takes you on a ride. Her performance live is unbelievable. I had the pleasure of seeing her on her last tour when Nick Perry was playing guitar. This performance is another level. And she's going on the road again, or the band's going on the road again in the fall with Dirty Honey, which is going to be a great bill to see. They're playing small clubs too as well. But go see her, go check her out, go get this album, Dorothy, Gifts from the Holy Ghost. Just a fantastic record.
Let's keep talking about it. It's my number 2.
It's what? Our first shared pick.
Yeah, it is. There's such I've seen a lot of stuff where people are comparing this album to the Pretty Reckless album from last year, and I don't get that. I feel it's kind of like lazy. I feel like the Pretty Reckless album was a journey, right? I mean, that album from start to finish is a journey, where I feel like this album is more of the journey's been done, and I'm going to tell you what I've learned, as opposed to taking you through the journey. But there's like such a spirituality, right, in this album. And I everything you've said is dead on. I'm with you. Gifts from the Holy Ghost is without a doubt the best track on the album. I will fight people who say otherwise. That's how strongly I feel. It is such a giant song, but it's also like this. I'm a sucker for really good last tracks, and this is one that is like an uplifting kick in the ass, telling you to like get out and enjoy your life, right? Like that's the last thing that she's leaving with you is, hey, I've given you all these lessons from what I went through, but here, in the end of the day, get out there, enjoy your life. But I'm with you. I saw the Dorothy Joyous Wolf Classless Act show either a day or two before you or a day or two after you, and I agree 100%. I was really impressed with Joyous Wolf, but Dorothy, sweet Jesus, like her show was phenomenal. And her vocals are on the album are off the charts amazing. Like they rival Lizzie Hale, right? Like everyone has Lizzie Hale up here, right? And the Wilson sisters, she's up there. And especially she brings it live. It was so good. I don't really want to repeat on anything you said, but I mean, this album. I mean, what is this album? It's a straightforward, bluesy, swagger-filled lesson teaching bit of awesomeness, right? It's just big. It's a big sound too. Really good production on this, right?
Yeah. You know, to kind of piggyback on what you said about her live, seeing her this year compared to 2018, it was like on steroids. It was, not to say that, I mean, I enjoyed myself at the show 2018, but wow, just a wow factor of her performance, of her vocals, of her really solidifying who she is as a performer.
Yeah.
Coupled with Joyous Wolf, who was on that bill as well, was the opener for her. Classless Act was also on there. But comparing Joyous Wolf to what I saw from them just a year ago to this, you had both bands really pushing the envelope on their performances. I mean, Dorothy was solidifying herself as an undeniable face of the emerging rock scene and stabilizing herself as a great performer, where Joyous Wolf was establishing their foothold as, hey, you know, I know we've only released an EP and a couple singles, but don't forget about us because we've got some new music coming out later this year and we're going to blow your mind. And they did. That was such an enjoyable show to see.
Yep.
Because I feel like those acts, seeing them prior to that show and having, you know, that bit of history with them, of knowing what they sounded like the year before or a few years prior to now, man, it was just a kick in the ass of just like, man, they're taking no prisoners. They're upping their game. From what I saw before. And that is such a joy to see. It really is. Yeah. So, Gifts from the Holy Ghost, Dorothy, number 2, both of our picks.
Absolute album of the year candidate.
Yes. Agree 100%. Good pick.
Yep.
All right. Let's get into our last member of the Groove Council. Some of the members I didn't get lists from, but we have our final list here with Terry Terry is the queen of the playlist. And if you haven't checked her out yet, or if you haven't given her a follow, and you really want to dive into new rock, there's no one that does it better. And you can follow her at TAT2630, Terry Taylor. She's in the UK, and she releases these epic playlists like once a month.
Twice a month.
That are like, if you went on a road trip from coast to coast, you probably wouldn't finish it. If you went from Bar Harbor, Maine to Palm Springs, California, you probably would have a couple hours left on the playlist. That's how epic they are. Great follow. She's a great supporter of new rock. Love what she does. So let's get into her list. Number 10, Headed South by Losing Gravity. Number 8, Tarasca by Tarasca. Number 8, Synergy by Wicked Stone. Number 7, The Chariot by Valley of the Sun. There it is again. Number 6, Into the Night by the Black Moods.
Who?
Number 5, Time and Tide by Cry for Mercy. Number 4, Feel This by Crowbot. Number 3, Dopamine by Thunder. Number 2, Don't Shoot the Messenger by White Raven Down. Let me go back to Dopamine real quick by Thunder. She had a little comment in there. I wouldn't normally include releases by bands established pre-2010, but I've really enjoyed this album, so it makes my Q2 list. And her number 1 album, let's get into the honorable mentions first. Electric Love by Junkyard Drive. Elements 1, an EP by Ritual Spirit, and Life's Machine by Brave Revival. Congratulations on 3 years of the podcast, by the way. You do an amazing job of supporting and promoting new emerging bands as well as the more established artists. It must take an enormous amount of time. It does. And effort to put the show together. It does. I hope you know that we all appreciate your hard work. Thank you very much. Yours is my favorite podcast by far, and I hope you keep doing it for many more years. Thank you very much, Terry. It means a lot. I do appreciate it. Number 1, Revelation by Stone Broken. Big Stone Broken fan. In fact, she's the one that turned me on to Stone Broken. Yep. So I give her a lot of credit on that. I like both their previous releases, but this is a step up in my opinion. It's definitely my favorite so far. There are just so many great great tracks on this album. I've been lucky enough to see them play live on several occasions. I'm totally jealous. And would urge people to get tickets if they get a chance. They always put on a great show. Great list for Terry. Awesome list. So, any thoughts before we give our number 1s?
I think this quarter was a lot deeper than I gave it credit for initially. I thought June was a ridiculously awesome month that kind of like bumped it up. I'm really looking forward to quarter 3 and quarter 4. There are some bands that I love that I know that are putting music out, so I'm looking forward to that. But this has been a really deep quarter, as evident by the fact that honestly I could have taken any of 15 albums to fill 5 through 10, any of them, this is good. It's a lot of good music, but I'm super excited about my number 1. What about you? What's your quarter?
I thought it was, again, a huge step from quarter 1. As I mentioned, I really enjoyed the music, really enjoyed the albums. I don't think we're at 2021 levels in terms of the depth of releases, but I think we're getting there. Obviously, 2021, because of the pandemic, it was, in my opinion,
nuts.
And it's probably the biggest rock year in terms of music being released in probably the last 25 years, at least. So, a year like that, it was a perfect storm of a bunch of bands being, coming up and emerging, a bunch of legacy artists releasing new material, a bunch of stuff that was delayed from 2020 into 2021. Yep. And it just was kind of a perfect storm. We all benefited as rock fans
Yeah.
And I think 2022, after it's always, you can always tell when maybe the depth of releases aren't as it should when Chris and I are picking same stuff. And that happened in the last quarter. Not to say that, there's some great albums from that quarter,
right? But
depth wise, quarter two just blows it away. Yeah,
I'm not going to put you on the spot until the end of the year to ask you which album you would pick, your quarter one or your quarter 2-1. But I would love to be in your head as you go back and forth about it.
Yes. It's that. Well, again, we don't even know what's going to come in the third and fourth quarter.
Right.
But you are right. My Q1 and my Q2 choices. Well, and even for choice number 2 of this quarter and choice number 3, those are really going to be in my head going forward into this because they're all 4 of the albums. If you're not familiar, quarter 1, my choice was The Goodbye June, See Where the Night Goes, which fantastic album. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the new music that's coming, and there'll be some good stuff. So I think, Tyler Bryant, expect something soon from him. Rival Sons, expect something soon from him. Joyous Wolf, expect something soon from them. Thunder Mother, we know that's coming out at the end of August, or middle of August, I think. Man, there's just so much to. I'm probably forgetting a whole bunch of stuff too as well. It'll be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun to see where all this stuff goes.
Yeah,
Massive Wagons possibly releasing a new album. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun these next 6 months. So let me kind of go through my list really quick, just kind of give a recap. At number 10 was the Big Wreck EP, Volume 2. At number 9, The Million Reasons, great album by them. Number 8, Joe Satriani, The Elephants of Mars. Number 7, Classis Act, Welcome to the Show. Number 6, I want to make sure I pronounce that right.
Yeah, I've never known how to pronounce this one. I'm glad you have to do all this.
Number 6, Jassy by Jassy, or pronounced Jassy by Jassy. Number 5, Revelation by Stone Broken. Number 4, Feel This by Crowbot. Number 3, The Warning Error. And number 2, Gifts from the Holy Ghost. Some honorable mentions that I want to talk about. I really liked the album Ghost Hounds, You Broke Me. Really enjoyed that album. Kind of a bluesy background, bluesy influence from them.
Yep.
So check that out. And Valley of the Sun, The Chariot. Like I said, I love it. Need to sit with it a while, but that very well could be on my year-end list as well.
Nice.
What about you?
My honorable mentions. There's so many. I really, 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 really liked Time and Tide from Cry for Mercy, the Honeyburst album, Kentucky Ruckus, Lost Cruces, and then the Odd Crew from Kaz turned me onto that. Kaz and I think it was just Kaz. I absolutely love that Dark Matters Part 1. And then this was the Cry for Mercy and Acute Mania by Stake were the 2 that almost made the list at number 10. It was really hard. And obviously the Joe Satriani album, because that's so good. But yeah, that's a lot. This was the hardest quarter for me to fit that 5 through 10 because there were so many albums that kind of fit in. Usually it's a pretty easy, you make a decision to cut 1 or 2, but this time it was really hard. The top 4 were easy, but the rest of them were really hard. So those were all really good albums.
Awesome. All right. Without further ado, my number 1 pick. I'm sure you probably have all figured it out by now. It is Into the Night by the Black Moods, a tremendous, tremendous rock album. Great follow-up to their 2020 album, Sunshine. The album starts off with just an absolute banger, and Youth is Wasted on the Young, into Hollywood, which I love the mood. Saturday Night, total anthem. Had the pleasure of seeing that live when they opened up for the Dead Daisies last year. She Gets Out, which really is a Tom Petty-esque type of song. It really kind of builds and builds. Love the guitar riff that starts off big time. And you really kind of cruise into that second part of the album with that late 70s, early 80s style, like Damn the Torpedoes and, other stuff that's going on during that period of time, where that kind of really is kind of the backdrop to what's happening on the second part. Because Leading Me On is such a strong song. The bass intro on and On, just killer.
Yeah. That's my favorite part of the album. Yeah.
Junkie Excuses is just my favorite song. And the story behind that, if you heard the premiere that they did on for the album On the Hook Rocks, which we did late last month, I believe. Fire and Gasoline, another great tune. Seen Enough, and just a moody mid-tempo blues track called The Cure ends the album. Very kind of Chris Isaak style. Love that. Love when a band kind of gets into that sweet spot of that type of sound. I can't wait to see him up here in Chicago. Just a great band, great bunch of dudes. And yeah, Into the Night, The Black Moods, my favorite album of quarter two in 2022.
Nice pick. Nice list. I mean, I think everyone who's submitted a list has really good lists, but you and I always usually have 3 or 4 common things. But we had a couple this time, but
2 so far, The Black Moods and Dorothy.
Right. Yeah, no, good list. So my number one, I Robin the Hood said something a couple of weeks ago that when he said it, I was like, holy shit, this is perfect for I knew at the time, my number one. So I wrote it down and I wanted to make sure I read it because it's really perfect. Rob said, this band would make Oscar the Grouch climb out of his can and crowd surf. And God, if that is not so outrageously perfect for my number one album. And I feel like within the Groove Council, everyone is listening. They know what my number one is. But for everyone else, it's the just stupid, awesome album, Feel This from Crowbot. I love it.
Great album.
I love it.
So that's 3. That's 3 for us.
Yeah. It honestly, like right from the get-go, like you mentioned earlier, Electrified, just right from the get-go, you get that quick explosion of like drums and guitar, and it's just like we're off and running. This is going to be a fucking great album, right? Like that's the on-ramp of fun, that album, that quick little intro. But there's just so much here. But I think one of the favorite things about this album is it's big, right? It's full, like the Dorothy album. It's big to me, like a big sound. But I want to note one thing that I know I have a brother in new classic rock in North America on this, and that is Brandon is a phenomenal vocalist, like almost criminally overlooked on how good he is. Even by me, like whenever we read, like we always talk about like our favorite vocalist, I always forget to put him in the list. And I hope that his work on this album gets him some more recognition for this. But I mean, this album has everything, right? The production is great. It's phenomenal lyrics. It's full of riffs. It's energetic. There's a great drum sound, right? But I think my favorite song is Golden. It's like 4 or 5. And some people might think that this is crazy, but I get a real Chris Cornell Soundgarden vibe, not sound, vibe and feel from it. And Living on the Streets, like you had mentioned before. And Into the Fire has the best line of any album I've heard this year. The best line. I love it. It's, I go to sleep just to dream about your nightmares.
That is a pretty cool line.
It's so cruel and it's so awesome. But I don't know. I feel the same, and maybe this is telling of what my number one will be, even though we don't know what's going to happen in the third, fourth quarter. But like as quickly as I fell for the Mojo Thunder album last year, I felt the same way. Like I knew I was going to like this. I'm a monster Crowbot fan, and everyone should go see them. I saw them a couple of years ago, and the energy that Brandon gives on stage is infectious, and it's awesome. But I knew I was going to like this. I didn't realize how much I was going to like it. But in that same vein, would I be surprised if by the end of the year, if Dorothy overtook this, or if Valley of the Sun overtook this? I don't know that I would, but right now it just barely edges out the other two. For the longest time, I had Dorothy at number one because I needed to give her the edge because I saw her in concert, and that performance, like that live performance, kind of was pushing her over. But the more I kept listening to Crowbot, I was like, I can't do it. So, yeah, my number one is the Speeding Ticket album of the second quarter, or maybe of 2022, and it's Feel This from Crowbot. I fucking love this album.
Great pick, man. I can't disagree with you on that. I loved it too. Like I said, a band that I wish had a wider audience. They are great live. They're just awesome. They play out awesome music. Just been kind of underneath the surface. Yeah. And they're just absolutely tremendous. So yeah, good list, man. Good pick. I mean, we had 3 common compared to, I think we had 6 or 7 last quarter, just because there really wasn't much to kind of really put in. But yeah, this quarter was solid. Love everyone's list on the Groove Council. So thank you all for submitting them. Any final thoughts?
Listen to Crowbot, and I'm really looking forward to Thunder Mother. Let me say that again. I'm really looking forward to the Thunder Mother album.
Me too.
But at the same, there's so much stuff coming out. Like I really want the Massive Wagons album if it's coming out. It's been really quiet from their camp, but we just got the notification, the pre-order for the new Freedom Hawk album. We've been waiting for that. I have no idea what's happening with La Chinga. I would love to get a new La Chinga album. But yeah, there's so much stuff coming out. Just the Joyous Wolf album, if it comes out, and if we ever get something from South of Eden, that'd be great. I love South of Eden. Like they're one of those bands, them and Black Smoke Trigger, where I just have like a kinship with their music. So, but I think maybe we'll get some Black Smoke Trigger like in 2023. But I'm really looking forward to the rest of this year. I really think there's a lot coming out. I'm not looking forward to how much money I'm going to spend, because I've spent way too much money in the first half of this year. But
we always do. We always do. No, it's going to be great. More music makes me happy. More great music makes me extremely happy. So, looking forward to it. I mean, I know I've got some shows coming up. I'm going to be at the Stadium Tour next Friday, and then Saturday seeing The Warning and the Pretty Reckless up in Milwaukee, which is going to be great. I know Richie Kotzen's touring again, the Dirty Honey Dorothy show at September, going to Firefest with Whiskey Myers, Blackberry Smoke, Goodbye June, Them Dirty Roses, and Georgia Thunderbolts. So that's going to be awesome. I mean, I'm sure there's shows that I'm forgetting that I'm definitely going to be checking out. You have over the last 3 years convinced me that I have to see Richie Kotzen. I have to, and I'm all in. I'm ready to go. And so I this was maybe 3-4 weeks ago. I got the notification like Kotzen's coming, and I was like, oh, well, shit, I just better go buy those tickets now. Richie Kotzen is playing the day of my surgery. And I was like, you've got to be shitting me. So I'm going to miss Kotzen this time. I still think you should delay it a day. Well, I mean, come on. What's another delay?
Yeah.
What's another delay?
Here's the thing. If it somehow, some way gets delayed, then I know what I'm doing that night.
You should delay it. Seriously. Richie Kotzen comes first. And And if you have the surgery a week or two later, you'll have the memory of that show still fresh in your head. It'll make your hospital visit so much easier.
I am. It's funny, like the August 19th is when the Thunder Mother album comes out, and I'm having my surgery earlier that week. And I'm kind of wondering, like, Guernica, if you hear this and you want to send that to me earlier so I could listen to it while I'm sacked out on the couch, I'd really appreciate it.
I'm looking forward to that. It'll be, I mean, so far the 3 singles that they've released have been awesome.
Yeah, this is the latest one, the bluesy one.
Yeah.
Got me going. Yeah. So, well, good list, my friend. This was a fun quarter.
Yeah, it was, man. Thanks again for doing this. I appreciate it.
Always.
All right. And everyone listening, go check out these albums. Look forward to next quarter. It'll be here shortly. And take care of each other. We'll talk soon. Thanks.
No fear, Chosen Foods is here to defend your favorite foods from the forces of seedy oils and sketchy ingredients. With cooking oils, salad dressings, and mayo, all powered by the good fats from 100% pure avocado oil and simple, delicious ingredients. Chosen Foods.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile with a message for everyone paying big wireless way too much. Please, for the love of everything good in this world, stop. With Mint, you can get premium wireless for just $15 a month. Of course, if you enjoy overpaying, no judgments, but that's weird. Okay, one judgment. Anyway, give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
Stitch Fix. Stop shopping. Get styled.
Not today, sweatpants. Somebody's wearing jeans that fit.
Wow! No photos, please. I'm just a regular dad who happens to have a stylist.
I really look my best when someone else makes the decisions.
Hey, we can all see you two-way mirrors.
Just share your size, style, and budget, and your stylist sends personalized looks right to your door. Stitch Fix. Get started today at StitchFix.com.
I want to hug you. I'm going to hug you. I'm coming in for a hug.